awakening that you appear to be, um, your body and mind appear to be put into a position where it no longer is in control of itself. But it's not what you would call a punishing position. It's not like you're being punished or scolded and told to sit in a corner or whatever. It is like this guru, this spirit is magnetically pulling you into a position, and where you appear. My own um, experience was to be confronted by a forest of trees for weeks and months. There was no reason for being here. There was no um, predetermined plan from my mind or my body, but something um, because of a surrendering or a giving up from the body and mind. If you surrender, I give up to the opposition. They take over you. They tell you what to do. You're now in our guns up. You're now in our command. You'll do what we do. We can do what you want because you've surrendered. You've given up. So I ended up in this forest of trees. Now, it's not about the experience, about my experience. It is about the relationship or the scriptures or the teachings of Buddha. You can call it the teachings of Christ, you can call it the teachings of Krishna, the teachings of Brahmana, self, Shiva, Ram, Rumi. No, the reality that we search for is what we are born with into the human form. We are born 100% pure and real. And we remain 100% pure and real infinitely. But something through natural evolution, through a godly intervention, through a human need, a human desire, says you cannot maintain reality because I said so. Now, this I is not a particular person, a particular God, a particular method, a particular practice, a particular religion, a particular belief. It is what we are. We all use the word I. Now, the I is the basis of reality. Because when you're born as a baby, the only thing you know is I exist. I have no mind concept that can tell you I'm looking at my parents at 3 weeks old. I'm looking at the world. I can see the cows, the fields, the colors, the shapes. I'm feeling sick. I have a headache. I know nothing. I only know I exist. It's very clear that teachers are not, who bring you back to the basic child experience, are not really valued. They're going backwards, but they're not going forward, you know. We all need to go forward, you know. We're looking forward for our old age and our death, you know, and then God, you know. No, don't go backwards, you know. But we're not going backwards. We are revisiting through reality, through an experience that you are pulled into, so that this experience can replicate that what you were as a child. But when you come out of the experience, you have a mental adult mind to understand fully what reality is. It's not about my experience. It is about the relationship between Buddhism. When Buddhists say emptiness, emptiness is not nothing. Emptiness is true. It has a foundation. Self from the Upanishads is true. It has a foundation. It has a oneness. It has an absolute permanent being here. So the experience of being in the forest, for this one, you're confronted with trees. I know because I have an adult mind. And I know that within these trees there is space. And I know that space I can walk through. And I know I am here as a person in a body. And I know this is grass and this is the planet Earth that I'm sitting on. That's what I've learned at school. Reality is taken away from you at school. You cannot blame the teachers, your brothers, your sisters, information, your parents tell you you're not going to experience life until you fully understand the child that you are or were and will remain as infinitely. We have measurements of a child, not able, just a little child, not able to do the manly things, climb the ladder, paint the roof, not able. One day they'll grow up and be like me, you see. We devalue the child as soon as we put it to a school and an educational system. But not that that's the wrong thing to do, but the educational system, it does not waste time on reality. It wants to take you into the world of dream, illusion. Yeah. The dream of desires, needs, wants, competitiveness. Yeah. Nothing wrong with school. Not here sitting undermining schooling, teachers and all that, because everyone has to experience that. You're only called to this moment, this experience, this magnetic pull from your inner being, that longing, that Satguru, because something wants to get your attention. Otherwise, we're dreaming and we are living the dream and we're out here appearing as if we are a story person, body, me, living, born, dying, learning, losing, giving up, accepting, taking, stealing, crying, laughing, smiling, all that stuff, all that educated stuff. That's what we do. Reality is when the trees disappear, the space disappears, the you, the I disappears, the earth disappears. And they can't disappear, you see. These eyes don't tell lies. That what is seen before it in this experience is there. But when we give it names, give it meaning, give it definitions, give it actualities, which actualities in our life is assumptions. The tree is a name. I don't know where the name came from, but it's a name. The space is a name. The actual space exists, but it's not called space. It's just something made up. So we're affected by the experience because the mind is present, and the mind cannot move away from me, the person. The mind cannot move away from me, the information, the knowledge about the trees and the space and the earth and the grass and the three-dimensionality and the ability to walk through. So we're living in a world of, we know we're real, but we don't know how to find ourselves as real. We don't know how to find life as real because we have a mask on, a facade, a veil created by education, words, mind, ego, a need to fit in to a world that is now becoming a very scary place. Hence why so many are awakening. So many don't want this illusion to continue. And all they've got to do is snap their fingers and waken up. Because emptiness is when you see through the trees, see through the space, meaning fake, not, oh, I have telepathic eyes and I can see through the tree. No, see through them as a fake. See through the body as a fake. See through the grass as a fake. See through the earth as a fake. Meaning the names and the identities and the meanings are just not true. And people call it, the negatives call it dehypnosis. Why would you want to dehypnotize yourself? You've learned so much. Yeah, we've learned so much, and look at the state of us. Look at the state of this world that you have created for yourself. You can be a conspiracy theorist and blame anyone, but your quality of your mind has accepted and cannot, or is frightened to say, I'm sorry, I've had enough of you, mind. I need to become real. I need to just escape this illusion, this Maya, that the Buddhists and the Vedantas and the Christians and the Sufis and the Hindus and the Muslims and the Jews and the Catholics all speak about. The Maya. How do you do it, you see? How do you do it? How can you see through the trees? I can pretend that they're not called the trees, therefore I've done it. I can pretend that it's not called the space, therefore I'm not associating with the name space, the name trees. I can pretend that I can pretend I'm not here. See, the problem is I. When you disassociate and really see through the I as a fake, the I am the person fake, I am the Graham story fake, I am the living body fake, I am going to live and die fake, I am a butcher, a scientist, a joiner, I am a married man fake. All of this is taking place without the story, without the meaning, without the ideas, without the thoughts, without the concepts, that there is something that stops me from seeing reality. Reality being as it is. The child is born real, sees the world for what it is, real. And we tamper with the brain and the mind and destabilize, de-emotive. We take away the emotions, we take away the ability to naturally, spontaneously live as a real experience, a real I. No one guilty. We're just in a rut. Religion tries to dig us out of the rut. Spirituality tries to dig us out of the rut. Science tries to dig us out of the rut. Every single human being is trying to dig ourselves out of the rut. But only I can dig myself out of this rut. Who am I? Go into the forest and ask the question. Don't look at the trees. Don't try and mess about with your mind. Don't bring the mind into that. Just completely ask, who am I? And stay there for 40 days and 40 nights like Christ did. Like this speaker did, like most enlightened beings do. They go into the space and they don't come out as I.